Yes. Welcome to the K. Kensei Show. Welcome to the K. Kensei Show. I have another special guest, man. And this is a young brother that I asked to interview. I met this brother back in the summertime at the Black August event. This brother is part of a organization that's called Unity in Action. This brother is 23 years old, man. This brother been doing a lot of great things in the community, man. I wanted to interview this brother, man, because I feel like he's an intriguing young brother. He's doing a lot in the community. I'm gonna just interview this brother and let y'all see what I'm talking about. Here's the brother right now, the 23-year-old Darin Moton. How you doing, my bro?
Nah, I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, look, first of all, bro, I just want to tell you, man, I appreciate your time. I appreciate all that, man. When I met you, man, I seen a lot of things in you, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Far as for you being 23 years old, and I want you to let the people out there know, man, your story. How did you come about wanting to help create the organization Unity and Action and some more things? But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so uh pretty much the idea of the organization it it really how it came was kind of funny how I came on this organization. So pretty much I always been a person to give back, you know. I come from a single mother household, so seeing my mother grind at times, even at times when we were in a hotel, seeing her still give back to the people, that inspired me, make me want to give. So that's what the give back and the service comes from. But also, I always wanted to make a change. Now, what I would do is I would get some every time I get paid. I would get some cash. I would take it out the bank, and I probably give probably about $20, and I'll just hand it out to the homeless people.
That's
But I
what's up.
wanted to do something. I want to do something bigger. And
That's what's
I had an idea. Let's just create an organization. Let's create a movement, something big. And I'm be honest with you. I reached out to a couple people I knew about the idea, and they looked at me like I was crazy. They was pretty much saying like, I don't know about this.
Now,
And
now the people, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I gotta ask you this. The people that you reached out to, were they elders? Were they older than you? Explain that as far as the people you reached
uh,
out to.
it was a few elders and a few, mostly my peers, but a few elders. I was giving them ideas, and mostly because before I really got big into the service aspect, it was always gonna be I knew for sure it was gonna be a Pan African pro black organization. And
Okay.
at times we're in, some people are really iffy on race and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
that was just the elders were telling me, well, that's a little too, Black Panther Party ish sounding. And then
Wow.
my peers, they just they didn't really care about the giving back aspect. I had one or
Okay.
two people who were like, you should try, but besides that, everybody was really, you know, they were discouraging me. And the crazy thing about it is these was my own kinfolk telling me, people that look just like me telling me this. So
Wow.
at
Wow.
that point, I mean, it was about around August. I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna do it. And
Okay.
I'm telling you, I don't know what happened, but one day I never forget it. One day I'm just laying in bed, and something in my mind just tell me, forget everybody else, just do it. Just forget
Exactly.
what everybody got to say,
Exactly.
because you got to stand on something, or you'll fall for anything. That's what Malcolm X
I
says.
I
I gotta
agree.
stand for something. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna start off by going back to Richmond and going to the school that I my elementary school going that I graduated from, and doing something simple by helping out the custodians, and also
I mean to cut you off. Let the people know what you do when you go around the schools too, bro. And let the people out there know what you do though. Like let them know the Unity Action Program doing school because this is important. What people need to hear. Go ahead,
so
bro.
pretty much with the schools we help everybody out. So uh we help the custodians out. We come there, get the custodians a day off. We're cleaning the lunchrooms, we're cleaning the bathrooms, pretty much helping the system out. Also, we're giving school supplies so the teachers have supplies to give to the students. We also did something with a gift card. We gave gift cards away. But the biggest thing is that we're mentoring the kids. We're talking to them. And
Wow.
that's one of the problems, and I feel like in especially in the urban environment, a lot of these kids they go home to nothing.
Yeah.
Half the parents on drugs, either that or they don't have parents. So sometimes they just need somebody to talk to and somebody that understands them and tells them that they're loved and cared about. That's really all I feel like
That's
is the
right.
big solution. But we're still having these issues and I don't still don't know why. That I feel like that's what needs to be talked about more is the resources. So that's pretty much what we do in these schools. And also we've even moved up to we've done high school. We've came and talked to high school students, seniors, about just what to expect after you graduate from high school, the real world, the real expectations. Because a big thing I've been seeing, especially when talking to seniors and even talking to kindergartens, 'cause I talk, is that their biggest thing is uh I'm gonna call it low, like a low, I'm gonna call it a low proximity job. So a job that it's really hard to really make it. Cause if you like, cause let's be real, like I had one student told me, I asked him, what do you want to do after high school? He said, well, play football. I was like, well, what if playing football don't work? And he was like, well, I don't know. And that's why I'm trying to get them to think like there's more than just sports.
Entertainment, sports and entertainment. Exactly,
Yes.
bro. Exactly. That's why I salute you, bro. When I met you and I heard you speaking and stuff, and I'm like, that's so real. It is because, like I said, I came up on loving basketball. That was my first love. I played basketball for high school.
Yeah.
I love sports. I love entertainment. But you know, at the end of the day, man, it's about two that we got to let these kids know. 90% of y'all not gonna make it to the
They're
NBA.
not.
90% of y'all not gonna make it to the NFL. 90% of y'all not gonna be a rapper, a actor, athlete. What do you know how to do with your hands? Do you know how to build some? Do you know how to fix some? That's the thing that I salute you about, bro, in the organization Unity Action and what y'all
Yes.
bringing back, man, with that. And you only 23 years old to even be
Yes.
saying that. That's the powerful of your mind, bro. But go ahead, bro.
And even with, here's the thing, even with like football, to be a quarterback in football or to even be a linebacker or be a defensive back, you still have to use your brain to look at coverages. So
Facts.
that's what we need to tell them.
Facts.
It's not that you're not smart enough to do it because you're applying
Facts.
your wisdom and smart. You're reading these playbooks. I play football. You gotta memorize about what 50, 60 plays, different coverages. So you're using your brain. So why
Mm,
not use it for something else as well as a backup plan? And that's
come
why
on, bro.
that's what a lot of them don't understand. It's not that they don't want to do it. They just don't understand. Nobody's telling them that. So like
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
I was gonna say a lot of these students out here, these athletes, they're smarter than they think they are.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you,
Yeah.
especially playing quarterback, playing defensive, you got to read all these plays. You got to go know the coverages. Know this what this means. You can use those
Hmm.
skills for something else.
Now with the resources, what you were saying, man, explain that as far as about the resources, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. You were saying like it's hard to get resources. Explain what you mean by that. How why it's so hard for your program, Unity in Action, to get resources, and y'all doing positive things in the community. Y'all going around the school, help cleaning, teaching, doing whatever that needs a hand. Why is it so hard for y'all to get resources?
I'm gonna tell you the truth about it is honestly, uh, two reasons. I'm gonna sum it up in one reason, and this is why I call it plantation syndrome. Pretty much,
Okay.
we
Okay.
still we at we are not all skin folk or kinfolk, as they say.
That's
we
facts.
have we
That's
have this,
facts.
especially in Richmond, Virginia. We have
Come
this
on.
we have this competitive edge against each other. Oh well, I see them doing this, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, I see they can potentially over be better than me, so I'm just not gonna help work with them. And but at the end of the day, on the outside looking in, we still just a nigga to the white
Facts.
person. We
Facts.
fighting against each other. We oh this and that, or I don't want to work with you.
Come on, bro.
We have a
Come
we
on.
have a we have a bigger cause than
Come
just
on,
that.
bro.
That's why I named it Unity in Action, because that's the thing I like about Unity. Like Unity is not uniformity. Uniformity is we gotta look the same, act the same,
Facts.
dress the same.
Come on, bro.
for a
Come
common
on.
cause. But unity is we can look different, act different. You could be good at talking to kids. You can be good at food pantries. You can be good with the food. You can be good at this and that, and we all come together for one cause. That's why we need unity, and in my opinion, that's the only thing that's gonna hold the black community back from even progressing. Like I said, I've reached out to several orgs, and I'll get a response, but it's a dry response. It's a response like they don't want to help. It's like
Mm.
I'm. This is all coming from good intentions. I just want to work with you so we can show unity. But some people just
Yeah.
want to do their own things. It's
Some people,
pride.
and some people, like I say, I gotta be real, bro. When I say this, some people don't want to see your organization get ahead of them. It
Yeah.
don't even have to be about money. It don't have to be about that. And I hate to say this, bro, but we have this jealousy complex in the black community. Really do. I'm 46 years old. So you 23, and I want to ask you, man, what you feel the disconnection from my age group being 46 to you being 23? How do you feel like what's the disconnection that far as with our age groups? Because some people my age would be like, man, these YNs, these young dudes, I can't this and that. They don't know how to relate to y'all, bro. I'm just being real. People my age, they
Yes.
really don't know how to relate. You know what I'm saying? And some of the people your age will be like, well, the old motherfuckers need to sit down, man. They don't know what the fuck they doing. Get these old people out the way. What you got to say about that, bro?
I think the issue with the disconnect is having being not being open minded and also having that pride. Pride is the biggest thing in the black community is pride.
Come on, bro.
Sometimes, and hey, I've dealt with it myself. Sometimes I have to humble myself and say, you know what? Even though this person could be younger than me or this person's way older than me, I gotta sit here and I gotta listen to them because they could be saying something that's beneficial. And I've learned that once you put your pride aside and be humble, you're gonna learn. That's how I learn from different people how to move and do different things. And that's the biggest issue. The older people, it's hard for them to accept that some younger people have a little more knowledge than them or just
Hey,
know
hey,
what
hey,
they're
bro,
talking.
I'm gonna keep it real. What you just said, that's a fact. What you just said, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like I say, I have built with younger brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
and all the younger brothers and sisters, they are not crazy or off the chain like everybody would say. These are some smart young brothers and sisters we have, like yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like yourself, you created y'all. You and your other brothers helped create a program called Unity in Action at 23 years old, bro. So I got people my age group in the 40s or late 30s or whatever, and we can't get it together for somehow. I'm just being honest and real. We hate on each other. It's a big disconnection. We got this thing about if you ain't with this person or if you ain't hanging with this person. So the black community tends to miss a lot because of popularity, like we was
Yeah.
talking about
Yes.
popularity, fitting in. I feel like everybody got something that they can bring to the table. But if we sitting back looking at, well, he don't got the Jordans on. Well, you feel what I'm saying though. He don't
Yes.
he don't got the right clothes on, or he don't be over here with these people. This is what the black community is failing at. The other
Yes.
cultures, and I'm gonna be honest and real,
They're
the
not
other
doing that.
cultures, they not doing that. They not worried about what you got on. They not worried about who you listening to. They not worried about who you hanging with. They not worried about that. So this is what we failing at as a people, especially my age group, bro. We can't. I feel like the disconnection that came between my age group and your age group is that we don't want to listen to y'all.
Yep.
That's my thing. We don't want to listen to y'all. And to be honest and real, my age group is done and over with. I'm just they done whatever they know. They're gonna be stuck. Like I'm just there. Since whatever they know, they are gonna be stuck. They can't get training or whatever from a younger person that knows something because of an ego thing. So, bro, I feel you everything you saying, man. Go ahead and continue though, bro.
Yeah, that's just one of the biggest issues we have, that disconnection with the elders and the youth. And that's one of the big things that's holding us back. Also, I liked how you said that you're not seeing this in other communities. You're not. Like for example, every time I see some Hispanics, you always see them in a group. You always see them in multiple
Always
houses. You'll see about five, six come out of one because they're
together.
working in unity together to
Facts.
prevail. Us, we can't. we
You can't get it together.
we couldn't. If you we couldn't. And honestly, it really does stem back from the plantation days,
It does. It does.
and we haven't broke that cycle, that
Yes.
psychosis of plantation. And I say this, I still feel like I don't want to blame everything on systematic oppression. For sure, 100% systematic oppression is the reason why we're in this predicament. But
Facts.
also as black people, we got to take accountability and say, you know what? We got to break this cycle.
Come on,
This this
bro.
this curse. And you know what? I don't even like to say generational curse. I say generational bad habits.
Mm,
That's all we're doing is just bad habits. And as the
facts.
cycle continues and
Facts.
continues. But
Facts.
for sure, that's definitely one of our biggest things in our community is unity. Also, I want to touch on a little bit of the issues in our community is also hypocrisy.
Yes.
Uh, and and this is very touchy, but I'm gonna touch on it, and I'm gonna say this as a man that's grew up in the church. I have a really religious family, but I feel like black people, especially the black church, we have to start seeing that there's a difference. We have to decipher the difference between white nationalism Christianity, which is pretty much the concept. You know, the pilgrims come over here to Mayflower. This is the white man's land. This is they believe that
And,
pretty much.
let's be honest, the King James version of the Bible and all that too. But yeah, go ahead. I mean,
Yes,
let's be real. You know,
and a lot of black people hate to admit it. And I can say this as somebody personally. For me, I still do believe there is one true God, but I don't really believe in these traditions, these things that were taught
exactly.
by the. Because if you think about it, it all came from uh King Constantine in Rome. He used Christianity
Facts.
to control his people
Facts.
and as a money
Facts.
scheme. And
Facts.
then we talk about the black church. The black church is definitely not what it used to be.
Nah.
During the segregation, the black church used to be for refuge. You got your meals, you were taught something, you were now I'm not going to say all, cuz there are some black churches out there still doing good for the community. But majority of these churches, they're not doing. It's no reason why as a pastor you should be way well off than your congregation. It's no reason why that should be happening.
This my whole thing. I feel like all these homeless people that we have out here that might don't have shelter, might don't have nowhere to go. We have a church on every corner. That's in
Yep.
every city around America,
Yep.
not just Richmond, Virginia. We have churches on every corner. So my thing is, why they can't come in the house and go to sleep or whatever like this? That's see, then church has become big business. It's always been big business, but it's really become big business in our age, which means is you're not paying your tithes. They probably don't want you to be a member. So you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like that. That's this my thing is when you said about the church. That's why I was saying that's a real important fact. What you just said, we don't hold the church accountable enough. I
At
feel
all.
like we really don't. We really don't. All they doing, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it like this, but you got me triggered up when you start talking about the church because I
Yeah.
won't even go into shit. But you got me triggered up because I feel like a lot of it is selling false hope. We gotta
It
be real
is.
now. A lot of is selling false hope in 2025. What I do like about the church is unity in getting together and we praying together, we getting together and we singing together. But far as everything else with the church with me, I can't really
Yeah.
dig too much because it's a fashion show. You know what I'm saying? We obeying the man of God, but we not obeying God. We obeying the man of God, but we not obeying God. Which what
Yeah.
I mean is we treat the pastor like he's God. And that's facts we do. So we're
Yes.
not holding stuff, we're not holding everything accountable. But go ahead, finish, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the bigger things. Also, the prosperity teach, like you talked about prosperity teaching, the teaching of, well, you got to tie this, you got to tie. Technically, if we want to go through the Bible, the Old Testament does say tie, but we go to the New Testament, which that's what Christians say life is supposed to go off of. The New Testament says that tithing is never really necessary to
Facts.
have a connection with God. So I'm saying the prosperity teaching is gotten crazy. Matter of fact, I went to a church. This happened a few years ago. I ain't gonna say too many names. It is in the Richmond Hole Street area, and it's a mega church. And the pastor got up on the stage and he started talking about the private jet that the congregation helped get so they can have a mission trip,
Wow.
that they could take their mission trip to Africa,
Wow.
even though only selected people came anyway on their private jet. But I did my research. You know how much a private jet, even if we were to get a 3-4 seater private jet, that's still you still looking at $7-6 million
Yeah.
of money. And you know
Yeah.
how much you could have done with that in the community
And
with
see this,
7 million.
this what I tell my generation, that when I speak about y'all generation, I say, bro, you can't fool the young brothers and sisters out
You
here. You
can't. I
can't
see through it.
you can't fool them. You can't fool them with religion. You can't fool them no more. It ain't like when I was coming up that we was force fed something and we had to go along with this tradition and we had to just follow. Yes, you got to do it this way and all that. Now, even if you look at the church, bro, they got Christian trap music or drill music. I'm tripping off that. When I seen that on TV, I'm like, hold on. They got the same cadence as regular hip hop artists,
Yeah.
same beats. Only thing they doing is switching to saying God, but they got the same cadence. And so what that let me know, I said, damn, they got Christian trap drill music. So what that let me know is the church got the church trying to relate to the younger folks by getting that the type of music that they know the younger folks need, because the
Yeah.
old school music, y'all generation ain't relating to that. You feel what I'm saying? So
We not.
even it's hard for the church right now in this era to really keep up if you sit back and think about it, for the young generation to come in like that. So, bro, I'm with you all. You just said a whole lot when you said that, man.
Yes,
That's why I feel
yes.
like the disconnection come in at too. With my age group is my age. I'm gonna speak on my age group. We know everything, bro. And we failed y'all by not really showing y'all. We failed y'all by going to house. We failed y'all by not having y'all with us. This is how we failed y'all. And I'm just being honest and real because I seen it. And by us failing y'all, as y'all became in y'all 20s now, y'all don't want to have nothing to do with the older generation, because the older generation ain't never really teach y'all nothing. You know, I'm just being real. Never really taught y'all nothing. So how could I had to sit back and analyze myself and be like, damn, bro, we always saying the young generation fucking this up and doing this and doing that. But I'm like, me and my other brother was talking about this shit. This shit started with us though. We
Yep.
didn't give y'all no foundation or nothing to a plan. We didn't teach y'all nothing. Only thing we did was pushed on was the same regular shit. Basketball, football, being a rapper and an athlete. That's it. That's it. If you can play basketball, football, we gonna bring you along. You know what I'm saying? If you got to rap, if you can rap, or you got a little special talent, we in the community, we gonna bring you along. But if you just a regular old person, we don't give a fuck about you.
Yep.
Ain't that sad, right?
I can say we need to start rewarding intelligence over athletics,
Hey,
and
bro.
like I said, it all comes from the plantation. From the
Yeah,
plantation, singing, dancing, hooting, hollering. It was the only type of
joking.
freedom
Yeah,
that we
that's
were
it.
that the master let us do, and that's
And you
why
sit back and
it's
look at
stated.
in this day and time, that's all we want to do.
Yes,
Yeah, you right, bro. That's
and
all
then
we want to do.
if you look at our community compared to everybody else's community, what other community community that the spokesperson is a rapper, a basketball player, LeBron James. You don't see white people, their spokesperson, not no damn rapper, no entertainer, no actor. It's
Facts.
always gonna be somebody in a different field, a more a higher echelon field. That's our biggest problem is we just glorify too many of the entertainment world and not the trades, the education, because that's something that you can't get
Yeah,
taken away from.
facts.
You can always get your ACLs, your knee break, but you really
Come on.
can't take away your brain,
Come on, bro.
your education. So that's what we need to glorify that more.
I agree. I totally agree, man. You just said a whole mouthful when you said that, man. But the thing is, why you think that our culture, especially, man, why you think that our culture, I'm not talking about nobody else culture, I'm talking about this our culture. Why you think is that our culture is receptive to rappers, athletes, um acting, and I'm gonna just say this too, negative energy. Negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think
Yes.
that our culture is receptive to that?
One, I would say that because being an actor, an entertainer, an athlete is like the only, field that I feel at one point that black people were able to get in without any uh external control.
Mm,
So
mm,
before we had like the Obamas and stuff like that, say we go back to the 60s and 70s, the Temptations, the Jackson 5, that was the only really way for a black person to make it well known nationally, to get to millions.
facts.
We didn't have big politicians because the big politicians we had, or the people that were speaking out them, they were all getting killed. So that
Yep.
was the only type of entertainment field, was the only world we had that we could succeed without any control. Now the problem is we're at times where it's starting to shift and it's not like that anymore. But we're still stuck in those ways. And it's like I said, it's not our fault. It comes from systematic racism. But we can't be docile. We're docile. That's the problem with black people. There's a quote I like to say, we can't find a cure until we admit we're sick. And the sickness is us. We have to take accountability. We have to start fixing these issues so we can find a bigger solution. So
Now,
that's
go. I'm sorry. Go
I was gonna
finish.
say that's one of the biggest issues.
Now, I'm gonna speak about this too. When we talk about the females, the sisters, because I'm gonna say in my age group, bro, in my generation, it was all about they liked it certain type of
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
I'm just keep it funky and real. They, you know what I'm saying? If you this hard type of dude, you might was a killer. They like you. You was a dude that sold drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's getting money or whatever. You tend to get the girls. So if you this, or and if you was an athlete. You know what I'm saying? You tend to, these are the four things I want to say. But if you're a regular person, you might be smart, you might, be about your, you might work or whatever. What is the I just want you to break the information down to me far as what's going on now with the young sisters, because like I said, in my generation, it was all about you had to have a certain type of status quo
Yeah.
for a female to even really want to dig you and like you. So how does that work in y'all era right now? Is it like that or has it changed?
I mean, it's sadly still the same way. Most women in our era don't really start actually realizing that those type of men aren't for them until it's far too gone. They got 2, 3 children, or they're older, and it's still the same way. And I honestly, I'm still trying to process why that is as well. My only explanation could be just what's going on in the household. That's my only
Facts.
explanation. They're not
And
having
then
good role models or standards of a man.
and then you got
I can't say that.
And then you got to think about this too, bro. Like media, what we look at on TV, like
Yes.
it don't pump a 9 to 5 working man every day.
Oh
It
no,
don't
it
pump
don't.
a
It
person
don't.
out here in the community going around the school, having an organization, doing positive things, helping the janitor, custodians clean up. It don't pump that. That's not
Don't.
popular. It's not and it's crazy. But we as people have to make that popular though. You know what I'm saying? Because everything that's negative in our community is popular. But when you look at the other communities, they don't care. They don't give a hell about what we like or what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
They
So
don't. You're right.
yeah,
So,
bro.
like I said, that ties in once again to us. We glorify all the wrong things, and like I said,
Facts.
it does come systematically. It really does. But like I said, we're at the point in time now that we could really this is our best time to reverse it.
Facts.
But we
Facts.
just we can't be stuck in our own docility. We're just too docile. We're just letting times go, and that's one of my biggest issues. And also with it's like I said, it's all government control. Like I said, we are pushed all these rappers talking about I'm gonna rob this, I'm gonna shoot that, and half of these music companies are owned by white people that have stocks in
Facts.
jails. They know what
Facts.
they're doing.
Facts.
It's all like a trap. They
Prison
know what they're doing.
pipeline. Yep.
And also, this is another issue that I feel like we have in the community talking about drugs and scamming. I feel like a lot of black people, they don't understand that in life, if you really want to get to the next level, you're gonna have to put in some type of effort. Not everything, not all fast money is good money.
Facts.
You
Facts.
you could sell drugs
Facts.
from I mean ain't nobody Pablo Escobar. So you can sell these drugs and get away with it when you like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. When you're 30 years old,
You're not gonna get away.
that's not gonna do nothing for you.
I'm 46 years old, bro, and I been around, and I haven't seen no 20 or 10-month, 10-year kingpin run last. I'm just being honest.
It
I haven't
never.
seen it last. I haven't. I have, because, and then it's more even crazier in your time because there's cameras everywhere. You can't do nothing. How can you do anything? You got a camera right here, got a camera on the phone, you got a camera in the stoplight, you got a camera on the street. you feel me? So
You can't do
that
nothing.
shit over with. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
I
but
just and my to cut you off, but I'm
go
just
for it.
saying like the thing also is I tell people straight up this about being in the streets. Everybody, cause I'm from Southside Richmond. Everybody that I know that was in the streets, I'm telling you 100% right now, they're dead, they're in jail, or they're on the verge of homelessness.
Come on, bro.
There's literally I don't see any.
Or they on drugs.
Yeah,
Bad.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
never seen besides those four things. I've never seen any other like. There's no other way, and sadly, majority of them end up dead. End up dying.
Yeah.
Even the kids I know when I was in Chesterfield for a little bit in the suburbs, that they were glamorized and caught up in a life, they end up passing away because they're trying to live this fast money lifestyle. It never works.
Big
It
facts, bro.
never works. It never works.
Man, hey, Darin, bro, I just want to salute you, and like I said, I
Yeah.
always do, but I have to salute you, bro, because you are one of the young brothers in the community, man, that we need. I've been seeing positive things in you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate what you're doing for the community, what you're doing for the kids. See, shit like this, man, need to be showcased more. I feel like, and I'm hoping a lot of people are seeing it or are going to see it, because, and
Yeah.
maybe some of the organizations that you reach out to now, maybe some of them can help you.
Yes.
Because we have this thing in the city, and I'm gonna say this: we have this thing in the city. If you not with this certain person, or you not around this certain person, or this person might don't know you, don't nobody want to help you. See, that
Yep.
that that came along with me too, Darin. That came along from what I'm doing with my show. It came along with a lot. I used to ask a lot of people, "Hey, bro, you want to get an interview? Hey, bro, can you do this and that?" I had to learn, man. I started reaching out of town more, but I had to learn people in your city, man, and it's fucked up to say this. We have a crab in a barrel mentality. So people in your city don't want to see you get up over them. And it ain't about money. It ain't about a lot of things. Sometimes, like I say, it's a lot of jealousy that we hold deep down in our soul in the black community. That's why so-called white supremacy and all them, they don't have to do nothing but sit back right now and just laugh and look at TV and look at us, because
Yep.
we doing the shit to ourselves more. You know what I mean? We killing each other more. We doing it to ourselves. So, yeah, bro.
Yeah, they don't even gotta do anything, honestly.
Come
And
on,
that's
man.
and that's one of the biggest issues in Richmond. That's why if we really look at Richmond, not that many people make it out big in Richmond.
Facts. Facts.
Not that many people at all. It's because we don't work with each other at all.
We don't. We
We
don't.
don't have the we don't have the mentality. Like, for example, I'm gonna say Atlanta. Atlanta is
Um,
one of the biggest successful black cities. What they would do is they'll work together, and then once one person makes it, that one person that makes it takes everybody else out.
big
But
facts.
we're not thinking about that in Richmond. We're thinking about, oh well, I don't want him to get ahead of me. I don't want him to get all the recognition. I can tell you this, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to feel the same way too. But
Mhm.
you got to realize when you have a purpose, when you have a calling, the recognition is gonna come. Especially if you just keep working, it's gonna happen. I mean, it may not be when you want it to, but it all the hard work does pay off if you're working for a good cause.
Big facts, bro. And man, like I said, man, I just want to thank you, bro, because I know you got somewhere you got to get in a minute. So I just want to
Yeah.
thank you for your time, and let the people know before we go, man, about where they can find Unity of Action, where they can find some of your stuff. Let the people out there know that.
Yeah, we're on Facebook and Instagram, Unity Action Org. We're gonna get set it up. We're trying to set up a 501c to become an official nonprofit. Also, we're trying to get a cash app and stuff like that. We're still a new organization, and also most of them are all in we're all in college, so we still got other stuff to deal with, but we're working on that. But like I said, Unity in Action org, no spaces, no nothing. Instagram, Facebook, you can find us, you can DM us. We'll always work. We're always willing to work.
Oh man, like I said, my young brother Darin, I appreciate you, man. I love everything you got going on, bro. I'm happy I met you, man. Like I said, this is one
Yes.
of the guys right here that's gonna help the future trend change. Help the future trend change. Like I said, you see this guy out here, man. Salute him. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of work in the community, man. At 23 years
Yes.
old, so we have to salute our young folks that are doing something. That's all I wanted to say right there, bro.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir. Yes, sir.